Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always gonna keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear.
He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready?
He's all fired up now, King. The takeover.
Let's go.
So what's going on, everybody? Hopefully y'all are doing well. Welcome to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, or welcome back to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. This is the most creative and honest podcast in the wrestling space. I'm your host, Jordan Turner, and we're back once again with another state of the WWE. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit shorter. There really isn't a lot going on, outside of the Royal Rumble, which I will document next week, where I give you guys my official preview and predictions, so you guys can look forward to that coming up next week. I have a video lined up that I will be dropping later this week regarding Drew McIntyre and its current situation as the WWE champion. So you guys can look forward to that later this week, upcoming video. Like I said, we got the Royal Rumble preview and predictions coming up next week, so you guys can look forward to that. But there's not a lot to talk about. We got Saturday night's main event. We're going to get into that, preview and predictions for that. We're going to talk about Powerhouse Hobbs landing in WWE, why I feel this is a great move, and why WWE is positioned more than ever before to really push not only somebody new, right, but push somebody that is a potential, this is somebody that Powerhouse Hobbs can, really be positioned as a big deal, going forward in the WWE. Where does he start? Does he start in obviously he's in WWE, but where does he start? Does he start on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or NXT? I'll break that down, give you guys my opinions on that. But I want to get into WWE Unreal. Okay. I want to get into WWE Unreal. And I'm a fan of it. I personally like the documentary stuff and the series, and I understand why people might not be a fan of it. I get it. I'm not going to go over why people aren't a fan of it. I get it. I understand it. But me personally, I'm a fan of it. Okay? I seen this video flowing around, this clip floating around on social media. WWE, please do not flag this, okay? I'm just reacting to the video clip that I seen of Bruce Prichard, and I know this is something that happened months ago. And I, as a wrestling fan, as a WWE fan, and as just a content creator, I don't like talking about shit that happened previously, but this is something that I want to talk about at a greater scale, okay? This has to do with the creative team. This has to do with the people running the creative team, who's in charge, who's not in charge, the say-so here and there. So I want to break it down talking about Bruce Prichard wanting Pat McAfee to beat Gunther. If y'all don't remember, Gunther and Pat McAfee had a match, right? I believe it was at SummerSlam. And it seems to me that Bruce Prichard wanted Pat McAfee to beat Gunther. And there was someone in that writer's room that was saying things that me as an audience member is like, yo, he's right about that. People were bringing these type of conversations up to the forefront, and kind of exposing Bruce Prichard as really not knowing what he's talking about. And I also seen a clip regarding Road Dogg as well. I'm not going to play that, but I want to play this specific clip regarding Bruce Prichard talking about Gunther and Pat McAfee. So let's get into it.
The question becomes, do you make that match here? Gunther.
It's so funny, too. WWE has a bulletin board, which is smart. They write all their matches down, right? I'm just throwing this out there. I have been saying this. I have been bringing this up as a conversation. There's only one black man in that room. And there's no women in that room. It's all a bunch of white people, for the most part. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's continue.
It's predictable. It's predictable.
Okay, this is Bruce Prichard talking, by the way. He said it's predictable. Okay, I agree. I don't see what the problem is, but I agree with that.
To go out and just have the match and have Gunther beat him and be done with it.
If we go down that road,
I can't believe, Bruce Prichard really wanted Pat McAfee to beat Gunther. I'm going to continue with the video, and then I'm going to respond in full.
of McAfee catches the quick win, Gunther's got to be on a tear after that.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. I don't know why Pat McAfee's beating Gunther.
I'm sorry. There is one lady in there, but that's here nor there.
Pat wrestling at WrestleMania or SummerSlam? James Bond wins at the end of every James Bond movie because that's what you pay to see. It's the right ending for the story. Gunther just said, I'm more focused than ever, and now he's going to lose to our color commentator. And then he's going to have to go out to the ring the next week, and Pat's going to be sitting 10 feet to his left, and it's going to be like, yeah, I got my ass whipped, but I beat him.
I want to know who that gentleman is. I want to know, and I want to give this man a round of applause. Whoever this dude is, he's smart. Whoever this dude is, he's very intelligent. He's very self-aware of what's going on. I'm going to give y'all the real talk. I'm going to give y'all the 401. I don't know no news. I don't know any of this, okay? I'm just spewing, and I'm just talking right now. You have people in the writer's room, and it's so funny. After this, it went viral. People were giving their opinions on it. You seen Triple H look at Bruce Prichard like, the fuck? Like, we're not going to have Pat McAfee lose to Gunther. Or beat Gunther, excuse me. We're not going to have that. That's not going to happen. The way Triple H was looking at Bruce Prichard was like, yeah, your idea sucks. We're not going down that route. Why Bruce Prichard would pitch something like that is ridiculous. And these people got to get out of the creative team. They are not keeping their ears to the ground, and it's so funny too. Speaking of keeping your ears to the ground, I seen the video regarding Road Dogg, regarding Chelsea Green and Triple H, where Triple H was pretty much saying to Road Dogg, yo, if Chelsea Green, she wins the title, what are we going to do next? And you heard quietness for a little bit until Road Dogg was like, oh, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But you're the creative writer, though. So you should already have ideas put in place there. What do you mean you don't know? And Road Dogg was getting destroyed on social media because of that. Bruce Prichard and Road Dogg, these type of guys, they got to get off the creative team. They're not good. They don't have any really good ideas. Their ideas have ran out. Bruce Prichard, he has some great moments, but majority of the time when he says stuff like this, it's like, why is he still on the creative team? Like, I don't understand it. And Road Dogg should have been off the creative team. He should have been off the creative team. He's not good. Respectfully. Road Dogg, respect. You got to get off the team. And he's not. It is what it is. But I'm going to be here voicing my opinion on it. Okay? I think Road Dogg and Bruce Prichard got to go respectfully. I feel like I said, the creative department in WWE is lacking big time. It's lacking big time, and it's lacking creative ideas. You have ideas that, WWE, wants to put out, and that, WWE, wants to do here and there, and, oh, this idea might be good. This idea might be good. We don't know. You know what I mean? And there's other ideas that are like, dude, this is not good. This idea sucks. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? We don't know what's going on, right? And I personally feel like WWE right now creatively is not in a good spot, right? And you got people like Bruce Prichard bringing up just stupid scenarios. I don't know if Michael Hayes is on the creative team. It doesn't look like it. I think he's a producer alone. But you need to get fresh faces. You need to get new faces that are in with the times. You got to get new faces who are in with the times and are in with the culture and are in with what's going on in WWE, in and around on a weekly basis. These old timers, they got to go. They got to go. That's just my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Let's move on. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event. This is going to be a good show. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun show, and I can't wait to watch it. Should be good. Now, we got Randy Orton. This is the card right now. We got Randy Orton versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn for the undisputed title, number one contenders, fatal four-way. The winner, I believe, will get Cody, or not Cody Rhodes. The winner will get Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble. And then we got Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. And then we got Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. I believe those are the only matches that are going to take place on the show. And let's get into the preview and predictions. Let's talk about it a little bit more in depth. So this fatal four-way match between Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn. I have seen a lot of opinions, a lot of diverse opinions regarding who takes the pinfall and who wins this match. The person that I believe is going to win this match is Randy Orton. That's my prediction. I think Randy Orton is going to win this match, and I think we're going to get Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes, he's going to have to be in the Royal Rumble. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Who's eating the pinfall? It could be Damian Priest. At the same time, you don't want to continue to diverge Damian Priest. You don't want to continue to push him down the card lower and lower. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? That wouldn't help anybody. Personally, that wouldn't help anybody. But you can do that, though. You could do that. We'll see. I don't know. I think Damian Priest is somewhat of an option to eat the pinfall. So I think he's going to be one of the people that might actually do it. People are saying Sami Zayn might take the pinfall. I think they're ultimately going to build up Sami Zayn to become world champion next year. I think they're going to start that story. I think they already started, slowly planting the seeds over the past couple weeks and months. So Sami Zayn taking the pinfall, I could see it as well too. I really can. But if they don't have Sami Zayn, I'll say it like this. If they don't have Sami Zayn eat the pinfall, and he's not the one to get pinned here, they got Sami Zayn in mind with that world title in the near future. A lot of people are saying that Trick Williams is going to eat the pin. And personally, for me, I understand it because this is a lot of people's mindset. Trick Williams is going to be perfectly fine if he eats the pin. He's a rock star. He's a superstar right out of the gate. And him eating a pinfall is not going to be bad. That interaction between himself and Randy Orton might actually come into play here, where Randy Orton acts revenge, quote unquote, or, kind of teaches Trick Williams some respect. And Trick Williams eats an RKO. And Trick Williams loses by getting pinned to Randy Orton. And that might eventually, honestly, that might be a catalyst to an eventual match between Orton and Trick Williams for WrestleMania. Me personally, I'm not doing that. If they do that, I don't mind it. It does make sense. I'm not doing that, though. I'm not doing that. I'm doing Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title at WrestleMania. That's just me. Like I said yesterday, or on, I think last week or something, I am going to be putting out a WrestleMania match card on how I would do things after the Royal Rumble. I need to see who wins the men's and women's Royal Rumble first before I do anything. So that might come in 2 weeks. So tune in for that. But Trick Williams eating the pinfall, he's going to be perfectly fine. If he does eat the pinfall, he's going to be perfectly fine. That's just me. The winner, I got Randy Orton, but the person that's going to take the pinfall, if I had to predict, I'm going to go with Damian Priest, who eats the pinfall. I think they're going to protect Trick Williams, and they're going to protect Sami Zayn. So Damian Priest is going to have to eat the pin. We'll see. Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. This is an interesting match. It's an interesting match. Will they both be a part of the WWE Championship going forward? I actually have a video coming up, like I said, regarding that later this week. But this match makes sense. Jacob Fatu cost Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship. Was it Cody Rhodes who attacked Jacob Fatu? Who knows? There's been a lot of people, there's been a lot of speculation about Cody Rhodes eventually turning heel down the road. That's something that I'm actually interested in seeing, being the heel in Cody Rhodes. Harlander, right, from the boys, he can be that heel version. I think that would be pretty good. And I think that's something that actually should be happening, quite frankly. So we'll see. I'm curious to see how that is gonna go, moving forward. And it's gonna be very interesting to see, where WWE goes with Cody Rhodes down the road. But him turning heel is it's a possibility, and it's something that honestly should be in consideration. Jacob Fatu, he is somebody that WWE is going to build upon. Cody Rhodes losing is not going to hurt Cody Rhodes whatsoever. If Cody Rhodes loses this match, it's not going to hurt Cody at all. I'm going with Jacob Fatu because you don't want to continue to kill the momentum of Jacob Fatu in the standpoint of, he just came back. You don't want him losing. He's a part of the future. Cody is the now. Cody doesn't need it. Cody's bulletproof. Cody Rhodes, to me, is bulletproof. He doesn't need to win this match. He's not needed to win this match, to be honest. So I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu getting the win and Cody Rhodes taking the loss. All right, guys, we're going to end it with the women's tag team title match. We got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. I'm not going to hold you. If Rhea Ripley was not going to face Stephanie Vaquer, and this was not going to happen, this would have been the tag team match at WrestleMania. I think you could have added one more team, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, and you could have done a triple threat, maybe ladder match or TLC match for the women's tag team titles. Now, I am wondering if Rhea Ripley and Io are going to lose. And to be honest, this is make or break. I'm going to be real with y'all. Let me explain. If Rhea Ripley and Io Sky retain this title, they're going to be in a tag team match at WrestleMania. Now, WWE can take the titles off of them anytime. We've seen it so many times. True. But for me personally, where I stand, it's make or break. If they retain the titles, they're going to roll into WrestleMania as the tag team champions. If they lose those titles, we'll have to wait and see what Rhea Ripley and Io Sky do at WrestleMania. I don't want to go into WrestleMania. I just want to talk about what's going on right here. It's tough because Io and Rhea have not really defended their titles. They just got them. So I think this would be the first title defense. You don't want them losing at the same time, though. WWE is telling you right in the face, they are investing in Liv Morgan. They want Liv Morgan to be a part of their future. Deservedly so. And don't get me started with Roxanne Perez. We already know the prodigy going to be the future, for sure. Future Women's World Champion is Roxanne Perez. Future Women's World Champion is Liv Morgan. Maybe we have an interaction between Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez at the Women's Royal Rumble. I'm just saying. I'm going to come up with a lot of theories, a lot of scenarios, a lot of creative ideas regarding the preview predictions for the Royal Rumble. Y'all can tune into that coming up later next week. But that's a possibility. It just all depends on what happens in this match. If Rhea Ripley and Io lose, why the fuck did you give them the titles in the first place? That made no sense. If they retain the titles, they might roll into WrestleMania as the Women's Tag Team Champs. We'll see, but my prediction, this is tough too because y'all got to think about it. Pinning Roxanne Perez, I feel, would be a mistake, but pinning Liv Morgan would also be a mistake. Rhea Ripley getting pinned, she's going to be perfectly fine. Io Sky getting pinned, she's going to be perfectly fine. So, you thinking about that from that perspective, Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan got to win then. Because I honestly feel Roxanne Perez should not be getting pinned. And Liv Morgan is definitely someone who should not get pinned either. So we'll see. I don't know. But my prediction is I'm going with Roxanne Perez and I'm going with Liv Morgan to become the new Women's Tag Team Champions. And we're going to see something with Rhea Ripley and Io, maybe something after the match, maybe heading into the Royal Rumble. We'll have to wait and see, but that match is going to be very interesting, and it's crazy that they already announced it, already in the tank for Saturday night's main event. But let me know how y'all thinking about Saturday night's main event, man. Are you guys going to watch? Are you guys going to tune in? I won't be reviewing the show, but I'll be tweeting about it. You guys can follow me on social media, on Twitter, at JT Takeover. You guys can also follow me on Instagram, at The Wrestling Takeover. And y'all can follow my TikTok, man. I have a TikTok. I post all things WWE content. I'm doing my best to be consistent on there. So if you guys want to follow me over there, I'd appreciate it. It is at TikTok.com/Jordan. Or, I'm sorry. It's TikTok.com/JT Takeover. I'm sorry. That's the at. Y'all can follow me over there. I appreciate it. Let's get into Powerhouse Hobbs. Again, my apologies, guys. There's just been a lot of things that I've been doing. But I wanted to give you guys a little state of the WWE here. And honestly, guys, there's not a lot to talk about. There's not a lot to talk about because we got the Royal Rumble. I'm going to save all my conversations, all my coverage for next week when we talk about the Royal Rumble. But I wanted to come up here, give y'all some little news here and there, give y'all a little opinions that I have for you guys before we get into the Royal Rumble week next week. Powerhouse Hobbs, we're going to end the podcast with this. We're going to end the video with this. Powerhouse Hobbs, reportedly, we already know he signed a WWE contract. It's not official, but we know he signed and he's in WWE. I'm very excited. And this is WWE's, real opportunity, I would say. A real opportunity for WWE to really push somebody that, AEW fumbled. AEW fumbled with Ricky Starks. AEW fumbled with CM Punk. AEW fumbled with a lot of people. Powerhouse Hobbs is someone that AEW most definitely fumbled on. And it's also another opportunity for WWE to create a new star. Powerhouse Hobbs reminds me of Bobby Lashley. WWE needs to make right because the way that they pushed Bobby Lashley was disgusting. And it was disrespectful. He should have been pushed as a bigger deal, as a bigger problem, and they didn't do that. Now they got to want to be low-key Bobby Lashley and Powerhouse Hobbs. So they need to push Powerhouse Hobbs to be that generation's Bobby Lashley and to make him somewhat feel important. Also, color comes into play. I know everybody gonna be like, no, why it always on color? Nah, nigga, it is about color. Okay. WWE, the black talent that you have, okay, you have a lot of them. And I seen this TikTok. I was gonna make it its own separate video. I'm not doing that. I want to talk about this right now. It's not gonna be long, but I do want to talk about this. So I seen a video of somebody talking about Triple H and those allegations, this and that. Y'all know what it is, okay? I want to hear what he has to say, and then I'm going to get back to the Powerhouse Hobbs conversation, because WWE is a great opportunity, not only with Powerhouse Hobbs, with a lot of the black talent in WWE and Triple H. I seen that shit. I don't know if it's him or whatever, but I seen a report, and it was all over social media. Let me find the tweet, because I actually have it here. Let me find it. It's somewhere in here. Hold on. Hold on a second, y'all. Here we go. So there was a, quote, focus on black male and bodybuilders at this week's WWE tryout due to the criticism that Paul Levesque doesn't push black male superstars. Let's get into this conversation, man. I was going to save it for a separate video. I'm not doing that. I want to talk about this now before we get out of here. Those allegations, bro, those allegations are not going to leave Triple H. Here's my problem. And this is where we're going to get into the nitty gritty. And this is where we need to have these real hard hitting, upfront, honest, respectful, but honest conversations. I've heard this type of story, this narrative for many years with Triple H. People are out there just calling him racist. I don't think he is, but there's people out there calling him that because of him not focusing on black male talent and specifically focusing on black male talent. Suddenly they have a resurgence. He wants to push them all of a sudden. Here's where I get involved and I give my opinion. If this is true, I don't know. I don't know Triple H. I don't know the man. But if this is true, and I'm going based on this news article right here, take it with a grain of salt as Dave Meltzer. We don't know what the fuck that nigga talking about. He might just be spewing shit up the asshole, as he always does. He just starts talking and he strums them up and create news out of it. That's what he does. But I could believe this, though. I could believe this. That's the crazy thing. I could believe this. If this is true, I don't know why you need to put focus, main priority focus on black male talent. We already know WWE does well with the black female talent. We know this. Now, at the end of the day, they don't really get a lot more opportunities than their white counterparts. They don't. I'm sorry. They don't. But there's a lot more women. There's a lot more black women that are in the WWE that are getting priorities. Cool. But what about the male counterparts? People are going to be like, oh, we don't have them. We don't have a lot of black male talent. I'm going to say this in the most respectful way possible. You're lying. Yes, we do. It's all about WWE Triple H wanting to push them. That's it. That's it. I don't want to hear, oh, no, they don't have them. Yes, they do. Do they have a lot of them? You can ask that question. And I'm going to say, no, they don't have a lot of them. But they have them. They have them in the possession. Use them. Let's go over this list. So, Ricky Saints. Obafemi. This is just male. Okay? We got the females. Talking about the male right now. Okay? Got Obafemi. Got Ricky Saints. Now we got Powerhouse Hobbs. We got Montez Ford. We got Angelo Dawkins. We got Kofi Kingston. We got Xavier Woods. Right? Okay? So, we got people. Javon Evans. Carmelo Hayes. Trick Williams. I'll say this right now off the bat. Powerhouse Hobbs. Trick Williams. Carmelo Hayes. Obafemi. And Javon Evans. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Those 5 individuals, it's not about who's going to be a bigger superstar. None of that. I ain't talking about that. Those are 5 African American male WWE superstars. You can build the company around multiple people. All 5 of them better be in that conversation. Create new stars. You got them right there. You got them right there. Obafemi, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, Powerhouse Hobbs, Javon Evans. I mean, what are we doing? You have them right there. Push them. Give them opportunity. Give them opportunity, bro. I don't know. And I know this is eating up Triple. I know. Listen. He might not look on social media. He might not know what's going on with it. You know, he probably has a burner account. We already know what it is, okay? He probably has a burner account. It's crazy that we gotta have these conversations, bro. Like, it's just like, what are we doing? Why do we have to have these conversations? Why do we have to keep speaking up about something that they should already be implementing the whole time? Yes, we know, okay? It doesn't matter if it's male or female. The white counterparts are always going to be priority. We know that. We know that. But don't sit here and act like, oh, we don't have a lot of black talent. No, you do. You just don't want to push them. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Triple H, I do feel bad because I don't think he's racist. I don't. But my eyes also have been perked here and there because it's like, you have them on your grasp. You have them on your roster. Push them. Push them to the top of the card. You don't know what you have unless you give them an opportunity. You know, people are going to be like, and I've seen it on social media, bro. If you're not an African American, respectfully, you don't, how do I put this? You might not understand where we're coming from. You might not understand where we're coming from. Obafemi, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Saints, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston. But I'm talking about the real single players. Trick Williams, you know what I mean? You have these superstars. Push them. Give them an opportunity. They could be one of your future players. These allegations are never going to go away from Triple H. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's justified because of the way he's lack of positioning these black male talents. And we got to have these conversations. If nobody else is going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. There is a lot of people that talk, well, there's people that talk about it, but there's not enough of them. There's not enough of them. We got to have these conversations. Y'all might feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but we got to have these conversations because these conversations need to be had. People are saying Shawn Michaels is more into the culture than Triple H. Nigga, nobody really know the culture like that, except for us who are in the culture. Y'all don't remember the people in WWE not understanding Bianca Belair and Javon Evans using slang terms and Naomi using slang words and slang terms, slang terminology. They ain't know that shit. Like the way I just said that. They don't know that. They're not in the culture. They don't know. But WWE has a prime opportunity. Create new stars. I don't give a fuck what they black, white, whatever. Create new stars. Bottom line. Number 2. Pushed black talent. Push them. You have them. They're there on your roster. Push them. Give more women an opportunity in general, the black women in WWE, they're getting a lot of opportunities. But what about the men? It's like they're putting more effort into the women than the men. And it's like, well, the men, there's talent people there too. It's not just the women. It's not just the women, and it's not just a black thing either, bro. You have a lot of Hispanic and Asian, Japanese cultures, bro. Push them. Push them to the forefront. Give them an opportunity. I don't know. But let me know how y'all feeling about these conversations, these topics today. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I'm Jordan Turner. This is the host of the Wrestling Podcast. I'll see y'all next time right here on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio content. This is the most creative and honest podcast in the space. Be sure to subscribe and spread the word of the Wrestling Podcast. Word of mouth goes a long way. I'll check y'all next time.